Alright guys, how you doing? Well, first off, I know I haven't really done anything recently. It's probably because I went to college. I'm currently at the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C. And I'm currently roommateless because one of my classes today got canceled. So I have extra time on my hands where I'm alone in my room so I can do some audio commentaries for you guys. Hopefully no one walks by my room. My door is shut, but they probably will listen to me and talking about wrestling and think I'm a weirdo. But a lot of people already saw me watching Raw as they walked by me in the hall, so whatever. I can't bury myself anymore. Anyway, there's a lot of things I need to talk about because a lot of things have happened recently ever since my last video was made, which I believe was maybe like mid to late August, like the wrestling pet peeves. Anyway, a lot of topics I want to talk about. Unfortunately, I really can't get into all of it because I do have a class coming up in a little bit. But one thing I really want to talk about was what happened last night with Nikki Bella's title reign. And I heard, apparently, I never went on Twitter or any sort of social media because, first of all, I don't have a Twitter, but apparently when Nikki Bella lost via disqualification and kept her title, a lot of people are up in arms about all this. And all I have to say is, who cares? And not only who cares, but were you really expecting something else? Look, everyone is thinking that this is all tied to John Cena. Just like, oh my god, John Cena buried the entire Divas division because he wanted Nikki Bella to break the record. Let me tell you something. Ever since AJ Lee quit, that record was going to be shattered. Look, WWE is full of the most petty people I've ever met in my entire life. Brock Lesnar leaves to go to UFC. What do they immediately do? Bam! They put the title on Orton to erase Brock Lesnar's record as the youngest world champion in history. Randy Orton was 24 at the time, even though he was clearly not ready, and he lost the title belt 1 month later. They put the title on Randy Orton because he would break Brock Lesnar's record, who turned his back on WWE. AJ Lee is the wife of CM Punk. I'm sure WWE has nothing against AJ Lee, but they have everything against CM Punk. Stephanie McMahon despises CM Punk. CM Punk walked out on the company right before WrestleMania 30, pretty much trashed Triple H, who is both Vince's golden boy, the next Vince McMahon, and Stephanie McMahon's husband. Trashed Triple H, trashed the Doctors, trashed several other wrestlers on Cole Cabana's podcast, and this wasn't a hush-hush thing that people found. This was open to the public. And Punk did not try and hide any names. He told it like it was. Granted, Punk's word can be kind of masked in a little bit of bitterness and a little bit of hatred and a little bit of anger. So I don't think Punk's word is 100%, but for the most part, it's pretty trustworthy. And WWE does not like this. And this is their way of sticking it to CM Punk and in ways sticking it to AJ Lee, because I guarantee you AJ Lee was probably not ready to retire. But she did because she was probably going to be scrutinized because of her husband. This is WWE breaking their record. And look, maybe they did have this all planned out from the beginning. Maybe they wanted Nikki Bella to be their champion forever. But just because she's associated with John Cena, everyone just hops on this just hatred. And it's just it's so, I don't want to say unprovoked, but this has nothing to do with why are we bringing John Cena into this? Okay, he has sex with Nikki Bella every night. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? People are just, they're looking so much into this. They want to find a reason to hate it, and they want to find a reason. Sure, Nikki Bella is not as talented as a lot of the other NXT girls. Sure, they're more deserving of that title, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. And Charlotte already has her rematch at Night of Champions. So, why exactly is this, why are we so up in arms? And here's the other thing. This isn't the World Heavyweight Championship. This isn't the WWE title that dates all the way back to Buddy Rogers and shit like that. This is the Divas Championship. The belt looks like a piece of shit. This is not the title that Trish Stratus, the Fabulous Moolah, Lita, Ivory, Victoria, they didn't hold this belt. The Divas Championship was conceived in 2008 as SmackDown's Divas title. And for some odd reason, they continued this over the women's title. And, this title has only been around for a couple of years. Sure, AJ Lee, one of the most beloved divas of all time, held this record at WWE. I really don't think John Cena went there and just brown-nosed everyone. He might, for all intents and purposes, he might have. And maybe I'm wrong. But god damn, and even if he did, who the fuck cares? Again, it just, I doubt no one is looking at the Divas division and just like, oh, burial of Charlotte, burial of everyone. They've done this finish all the time with other people, and it's just like it's not even that big of a deal. I guarantee, and maybe Nikki Bella will retain the championship at Night of Champions. Maybe she will. The point is, stop being so up in arms about things that really aren't that big of a deal. This is a story. The main reason people have criticized this Divas division is because, or Divas Revolution for that matter, is because, they bring all these girls up, and, the more I look back on that first segment, the less and less exciting I get for it, because I just feel Stephanie McMahon had no right to be involved in that scenario, but whatever, I'm getting off topic here. The reason the Divas division's failing is because they're just bringing in all these people that the fans like, and they're saying, well, here they are, but you have to get a storyline for people to get invested in. And, as much shit the fans give WWE writers, like, oh, there's no interesting storylines, there's nothing to get invested in. A lot of fucking people got invested in that finish. You know how many people were up in arms on the internet? Oh my god, Nikki Bella, worst champion ever, John Cena, you can suck my dick, shit like that. Like, so many people are into this match now, so when Charlotte does beat Nikki Bella, if that is the plan, fans are going to go crazy. Another thing that could happen is maybe Becky Lynch and Paige turn on Charlotte, because if you note, they had a match, Sasha Banks and Paige had a match, and Team Bad beat the shit out of Paige and Becky, and where was Charlotte? Well, yeah, she was preparing for a championship match, but you think she could have at least tried to help her friends. I don't know, maybe WWE doesn't think like that, but, to me, that could be grounds for, a little bit of a heel turn on the side of Becky Lynch and Paige, and then you got more storylines. So maybe this is what we need. Maybe Nikki Bella breaking the record is what we needed for this division, to give it something, because what was the division beforehand? There's more than 9 divas, but they're only using these 9. But, it was just a bunch of women just, I don't know, just hanging around, just having matches with each other. Now we have things to get invested in. People are so pissed that Nikki Bella broke this record. Now, granted, again, I really don't think they planned this long term. I think the idea was, as soon as AJ Lee quit, they thought, you're going to break her record, because let's face it, Nikki Bella's reign has been pretty painful. All right. And it should have ended a long time ago. I think it could have ended at WrestleMania. I think that would have been great. She held it from Survivor Series to WrestleMania. Good, lengthy, healthy title run. Time for someone else to get it. Preferably Naomi, because I feel like she is probably one of the best divas they have. And she should have won the title at WrestleMania. But I'm getting off topic. Point is, sure, this title reign has been a little bit of a snooze fest. Sure, Nikki Bella probably did not deserve to break the record. But it's just WWE being WWE. Look at the Young Bucks. Now, I might be wrong about this one, but WWE offered the Young Bucks a contract, I believe, and they turned them down. And WWE was so offended that they didn't they trademark the click sign? And if you do that at a wrestling event, you will be sued by WWE. So the Young Bucks, can't they not do the the little click / Wolfpack sign? That's just WWE being petty. They're just the pettiest people I've ever met in my entire life. Well, I never met them, but you know what I mean. It's just, and again, in all honesty, and I'll be honest with you guys, and you guys can call me an idiot if you want. You can say I'm blind, you can say I'm kissing Cena's ass, but I really don't think he had much to do with this. And maybe he did. Maybe they thought, let's give it to Charlotte. Let's have Nikki come a day close. And Cena went, no, maybe he did do that. But I don't think John Cena was orchestrating this from the start and just had everyone on strings and he was the puppet master, just manipulating everything. I think Cena has bigger fish to fry. I really don't see Cena as the main focus, as the conductor of all this. I think, and in all honesty, if I had to guess, if I had to guess if Cena had anything to do with this, I'd say no. In all honesty, I don't think he did. Maybe he did. I'm not saying I'm right. And for people who claim that Cena had something involved in this, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't believe it. You know what I mean? And again, I could be wrong, and I will fully admit if word comes out that Cena was the deciding factor, I'll say, look, guys, I was wrong. I'll fully admit to being wrong. But I don't see Cena being involved in this. And I think that's the majority of the fans getting upset about this. It's like, oh my god, like it's Cena's girl. It always has to come back to John Cena. And it's like, for fuck's sake, just calm down. It almost just gets to the point where it's like hating Cena is almost like a chore now. It's just like it just having to put in like I'd rather put up with Cena than all like the Cena haters on Twitter who just blindly hate all this. It's like, look, just because it has something to do with John Cena, just a tie to John Cena. I'm going to sign off, guys, because I have class coming up and my roommate will probably be back, and I do not want him to walk in on me discussing wrestling to a microphone. Anyway, that is all, and I will see you guys later.